Hi guys, Jake Knowlton here once again. It's been a while. It's probably been a month, 5 weeks or so. To be honest, yeah, I haven't made a video in a while. To be quite frank, I got struck down with quite a severe illness, and it took me out the game for quite a while. It's called I can't be bothered virus, and it just completely destroyed all motivation. However, I was inspired to come back today because well, not today, actually yesterday. I wanted to make this video yesterday, but I couldn't be bothered. However, I do want to talk about something today, obviously, because I'm making a video. I'm so bad at these kind of things. I'm using the microphone's popping in frame. I'm not even angling this right, just because I wanted to make this quick, because I just wanted to get it done and out the way. But I'm using my phone because I found something on Reddit yesterday, on the Teaching in Japan Reddit thread post place thing, which is always a fun place to be. And I think one of the reasons why I'm motivated to make this series is because this video is because I feel like I've been quite nice to a lot of people in my time in Japan. I've lost the ability to speak. However, I feel like people are becoming, to be frank, useless. And the quality of people who are coming here to teach English, mind you, is constantly dropping. And I just wanted to talk about something that I found yesterday, because it blew my mind, almost maybe more than anything else has blown my mind in a bad way. So, this post is called Paid Leave Has to Be Made Up. And you won't find it because it's been deleted now, because basically everything on Teaching in Japan gets deleted after a few hours because they realize people aren't going to pander to them, and they're either believing they're wrong or they just think that they look stupid. So I'm going to read it. I'm going to be looking at my phone. So if I'm looking down, that's why. So I am really tired of this, and I'm tired. I'm going to try and put on like a dramatic voice. So I'm really tired of this, and I'm tired of being penalized, oh my god, for using my paid leave. Doesn't it defeat the purpose of paid leave if you're then asked to make it up at a later date when you would be desking warming? That's how it's worded. I'm not making that up. They're just shifting my schedule around. I could understand being asked to sub or coming to school on those days unrelated to the paid leave, but I'm being asked to make up days that are the exact results of me not being there because I used pay leave and they couldn't get a sub. It makes me not want to use my paid leave at all during the school year, even when I feel sick or under the weather. So, the gist of this post is that somebody has used their paid leave. I think that's pretty clear. But they're then asked to make up the work on a different day. Now, what is not so clear in the wording of this, and had to dig into the comments later, is it makes you think the poster is talking about, okay, they used a day off. They took a day off on a specific day, but then in another month or another time, they had to add an extra day. No. That's not what's happened. They have used paid leave for when they were supposed to have lessons, and then they're being asked to do those lessons on a different day instead, when they're supposed to just be sat at the desk doing nothing. That is the gripe of this post. This is the dramatic thing that's going on here. They're just being asked to teach the lessons that they're supposed to teach, but just on a day when they weren't supposed to have lessons. No extra days work, no extra hours work. They're just working a normal shift, but instead of being asked to just sit at a desk the whole day and do nothing, they're being asked to teach their own lessons. And this is how far things have fallen in the Japan ALT Eikaiwa life, that people think this is a problem. And then Someone replies, "You got to take leave and you were paid for it, right? So what's the issue?" And then the OP replies, "Under Article 39 of the Labor Standards Act, statutory paid leave, UQ, gives you the right to reduce your total annual working days while keeping your full salary. They are changing the schedule explicitly as a consequence of using paid leave. Article 136 of the Labor Standard Act strictly forbids employers from penalizing, disadvantageously treating, or making working conditions worse for an employee because they took their legal vacation. Turning a relaxing contracted stay-at-home day into a high-stress teaching or substitution day because you took leave is a textbook illegal penalty." And I want to emphasize, textbook illegal penalty. Clearly, that was written by ChatGPT because you can tell they've added the perimeters of, because they put contracted stay at home day into a high stress teaching or substitution day. So again, this person is kind of fighting their own argument because they are not actually being forced to do anything more than they should. They are actually just doing their job, and that apparently is bad in 2026. And the scary thing is, the Teaching in Japan Reddit or the Japan Life Reddit is full of these kinds of people. There was actually a post today talking about how visa fees should be tax deductible because a family of four applying for PR is 200,000 yen each, or it will be. So that's a total of 800,000 yen. So if it's being paid to the government, shouldn't that be a tax deductible expense? And it's like, you choose to apply for PR. No one forces you to apply for permanent residency. Like, to be honest, and this is going to sound cruel, the salaries for ALTs especially has dropped down so far to like 2.2 million, 2.5 million and stuff like that a year, which is about, in today's money, about 10 to 12,000 pounds, or 17,000 dollars maybe a year. And again, it's Japan, so cost of living is less, not great really. However, to be honest, with people like that working in the system, maybe 220,000 yen a month, maybe it's too high. maybe that's too much for the quality of people that we're getting, because I am worried that a lot of people are being pandered to a lot in life, and they need a lot of protections, they need a lot of support, which, being supported is fine and having protections is fine, but I think it's the lengths to which people need those things that are going to cause a lot of issues in their schools, in their environments. And I think people just need to grow up and get a little bit stronger. I know that sounds really, how can I say, ignorant, because I am privileged, I am white, I am intelligent, I am strong, and I'm hardworking and handsome, and other positive descriptors that you probably don't agree with. They're all jokes, by the way, except the strong one. And the intelligent one, kind of, depending on what you're talking about. However, I am in a good position, and people would say that's a lucky position. However, if you are going to move to another country and you want to get through safely and do your best and get some skills, you've got to be a little bit more mature and a little bit more adult about things. Just because you've been asked to teach your own lessons on a different day is not textbook illegal penalties. It's like, to be honest, when people do this with like labor laws and black companies and overwork, all those buzzwords that foreigners who never experience those things, or most of them don't experience those things. Like, I saw a post talking about a British woman who came to Japan as an ALT, and she left because of the Japanese overworking system. It's like, you don't know what Japanese overwork is like. My wife this week has done about 3 hours of overtime a day for the past few days, and she had the same last week. I think last month she did a total of about 40 hours of overtime. That is real overtime. And you just being in school doing nothing is not, kuro shiteru. I can't even translate that into English properly, overdoing it or whatever. Anyway, maybe this new unhinged me might perform better on YouTube. I'm not doing it for the views. I really just couldn't be bothered. I'm still adjusting to my new freelance life. I should make a monthly income update, although the last one nobody really watched. Again, not for the views, but it is for the views. But I have been going to the gym every day. Ugh, the fat. But yeah, thanks all for watching, guys, and I'll see you all next time.